A solemn memorial service for slain Brakpan resident Marius van der Merwe was held on Wednesday afternoon at Medley House in Anzac as investigations into his killing continue with no new details released by police. Marius van der Merwe, who testified as witness at the Matlanga Commission of Inquiry, was gunned down outside his home on the evening of 5 December. His murder has sparked widespread condemnation across the country, including from President Cyril Ramaphosa. More than 100 mourners attended the service, filling the hall and spilling under two shade sails erected outside to accommodate the overflow. Media representatives were present in large numbers. The atmosphere was heavy with grief as Van der Merwe's coffin was wheeled into the venue by family members at the start of the service, led by officiating minister Chaplain J.P. Jordan. Marius would have turned 42 on December 20, a milestone now marked by sorrow for his family. The program included hymns and heartfelt reflections, with Chaplain Henry Bernard reading messages from close relatives. The tributes recalled Van der Merwe's life and legacy, including emotional messages from his children. In a moving moment, the last post, traditionally reserved for fallen soldiers, was played, followed by a minute of silence and a photographic slideshow celebrating his life. His wife, Lynn, and their children were the first to approach the coffin to lay rose petals. Lynn paused briefly to kiss the casket before stepping aside, after which other mourners followed. As previously reported, Van der Merwe and his wife arrived home shortly after 8:30 on December 5 when he was shot as he prepared to open the gate. He sustained gunshot wounds to his upper body and was declared dead at the scene. His wife and children who were in the vehicle were unharmed. Police confirmed that no items were stolen during the attack, as Van der Merwe's firearm, cell phone and wallet were found still in his possession. Multiple SAPS units, including ballistics and crime scene experts, crime intelligence officers and members of the Serious and Violent Crime Unit, worked at the scene into the early hours of the following morning in search of evidence. On December 6, more than 200 people gathered at the Anzac traffic circle for a candlelight vigil held in Van der Merwe's honor. A memorial cross was erected, acknowledging his role in clearing the Plastic City informal settlement and his involvement in efforts to combat illegal mining. National Police Commissioner General Fanny Masemola visited the Van der Merwe family on December 8 to brief them on progress in the investigation. He was accompanied by senior police officials, followed an earlier meeting with the investigating team at the Brakpan police station. The case remains under investigation. Van der Merwe's wife penned a heartfelt letter for her husband and said, "Where do I begin? Our story started online with you and the boys. I knew then that our lives would be fated. We have lived our best and worst times, and through good and bad, we always managed to find each other's hearts, and I will cling to these memories today. You were the love of my life. You left me with the most incredible children. I know and trust that you will live through them. We know that because you were a great father, and we will be eternally grateful forever. From the milkshake dates to operations, you took me everywhere." The community leader who had made the fight against illegal mining his mission was given two services, one for the family and two close friends, and another for the public at the Medley House wedding venue in Brakpan on Wednesday. The family friend, Samantha Lobesgan, revealed that the community and those close to Van der Merwe will not rest until justice is found for his brutal murder, and said, "Obviously, we want to see justice done." In the community, Marius was a pillar who worked very hard to clean up our community. He did a lot of things in the community. He was always at the front line of the community. We will not stand still. The family will not stand still. As friends, we will not stand still. The PA Member of Parliament, Ashley Sauls, who was one of the people in attendance, called for those responsible for Van der Merwe's death to be brought to book, adding that his death and that of prominent media personality DJ Waras should not deter efforts to fight crime, as it is very sad and tragic what has happened to Marius van der Merwe and DJ Waras. We're in solidarity with the two families, but what we should do as a country is not allow their untimely deaths to deter us or bring fear to us. We must stand for what is right. Souls said both the contributions by the two fallen heroes are an indication of the changes the country needs to take its fight against crime and corruption. The police described Van der Merwe's murder as a cold-blooded killing. During his evidence delivered in camera partly, Van der Merwe alleged that suspended EMPD Deputy Chief Julius Mkhwanazi had instructed him to dispose of the body of Emmanuel Mbantse, who died during an interrogation allegedly involving tubing at the hands of police officers. Mbantse was allegedly brutally killed on April 15, and his body was discovered the following day in the Duduza Dam in Niger. May his soul rest in peace. Meanwhile, the Johannesburg MMC for Public Safety, Dr. Mgcini Tshwaku, has revealed that Warwick Stock DJ Waras had obtained 5 protection orders against individuals who had allegedly threatened him prior to his murder. Speaking to broadcaster News from Africa on Wednesday, Tshwaku said analysis of the footage strongly suggests that the murder was a targeted hit and said we believe that this was a hit. Normally, in the modus operandi in these scenarios, Warwick was doing the normal thing of securing the building to ensure that the people pay, but the building hijackers see that as stopping the income that was coming to them. He added that Stock had secured protection orders against 5 people known to authorities and said he had protection orders against 5 people who are known to us. I have those protection orders which I received from the lawyers. We believe that a price was put on his head because of the work that he was doing, trying to reclaim that building on behalf of the owner.
Dat ons strewe, want ons weet ons hoop lê nie in hierdie tentwoning nie, maar aan ons huis wat gebou is in die teenwoordigheid van God. Hope is not in this tent, but in the house that God has prepared for us. This body gets old, it gets sick, it withers, and sometimes we moan and we groan when we get up. My grandfather says when he gets up and it creaks and cracks, he's still alive. He's crackling fresh. Kraak vast in die môre.
What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.